Hi, good morning, everybody. Uh, Time for another new video for YouTube on Excel. Now, this is basically a video tutorial for database functions like dsum, dproduct. Okay, uh, we're using dsum, dcount, daverage, dmax, dmin. Okay, so uh, we have a database here, a sample database basically created by me, and these are the the quantity we want, the price, the amount, the average, the count, maximum amount sold, minimum amount, everything from this database. Okay, just have a look at this database first. These are the items that we have: laptop, desktop, motherboard, keyboard, mouse, laptop, desktop, and different companies. Okay, I'll just put in a filter here. So these are the these are the basically items that we have. These are the companies which are selling the products: Dell, HP, Lenovo. Okay, and this is the price for each laptop. For Dell, a total amount is coming to this much. Okay, now we need to get all this in using the database functions and in this fashion. Okay, so let me just go ahead and show you how I went ahead and did this. As usual, I'll open a new tab and copy this part here. Okay, so let me just expand it a bit. Okay, now I need some totals here so that we can cross check and cross verify later on. Okay, now one thing that we have to remember is that since we are using a database function here, that is we'll be using a database function here, the header rows have to be exactly the same as in the original database. Okay, so what we'll do is we will just go ahead and copy this part of the uh, database. Okay, here, and additionally we will put in some extra information that we need. Okay, quantity, price, amount, and we will need what else. Let me just check once more. We have till amount. Okay, after amount we need average, count, max, and mean. Okay, so we will need average, count, max. So this is our layout is complete here. Okay, now a small thing that I would like to point out here is that this is not very complicated and not very commonly used. Okay, and this is not a comprehensive list. Okay, ideally this should be prepared in a table format, so that as soon as we go ahead and increase the range and refresh the table, the formula also gets reflected on the the results that we are getting here gets reflected. Now the first thing that we need to do here is use the dsum function. How to use the dsum function, and get the total quantity sold here. Okay, so what we will do here is we will use, okay, for we will use the Dsum function, but before that I just wanted to do one thing here. The thing was that we have a unique list here, so instead of typing here and making a typo here, if you put in the, instead of laptop, if you put in a wrong spelling, or instead of desktop if you put in a wrong spelling, and if you spell the companies incorrectly, the results would not show, okay, or would not come correctly. So what we will do is we will just copy this part and move to, okay, let me just go ahead and insert another row for it to be more clear. Okay, so we will just copy the company and item names because we need unique ones, right? Okay, done. So we will do, okay, there's one mistake I made here. Okay, let's just go ahead and cut paste one thing here. We don't need this. I'll just remove the header. Okay, it doesn't matter, we can have the headers also. Okay, and what I'll do is I'll insert a blank cell here. Okay, so I'm putting in a blank cell which will actually help us later on. I'll show you how it helps us. Okay, so we will go ahead and remove the duplicates first. So from here we will remove the duplicates, data tab, remove duplicates, continue with current selection. My data has headers. Okay, so we have removed the duplicates from the items. The same goes for the companies. We will again remove the duplicates here. Okay, so now what we can see from here, a visual representation, is that we have got a laptops being sold, desktop, motherboard, keyboard, mouse, and there are three companies which are involved in this: Dell, HP and Lenovo. Okay, so this would help us create a data validation here. Okay, so we can create a data validation. We can choose from a list, and the list would be first for the items. Okay, now I'll choose the using the blank also. Okay, so here we have the, just let me go to home tab, and okay, so this is the color that we'll be using throughout, just to highlight. So the items, now I have deliberately chosen a blank cell here in the data validation, okay, because it will come handy later on. Okay, because we might not need a laptop here or a mouse here to get, to verify our results. Sometimes we might need a blank cell here which will help us do that. Okay, again we'll create another data validation list here. We will use the list function. Okay, and choose the companies including the blank cell here. Okay, so we have got a blank cell, we have got Dell, HP and Lenovo. Okay, under the drop down in the data validation tab. The first thing that we need to do is find out the quantity. This part is basically a helper cell. Okay, so for quantity we will do a dsum, and it needs a database. Okay, so we will select the whole database. Okay, and we will have to go back and see we'll have chosen the database. We'll choose the quantity here. Now we'll choose the quantity as the header, and we will choose this two columns, this four cells, basically item, company, and these two blank cells. Okay, and close the bracket. Just give me a moment, something went wrong here. Dsum databases, comma, quantity, comma, items and company. Okay, so when we don't have anything here, anything selected here, any laptop, desktop, or any company selected here, the total quantity that has been sold is 311 units. Okay, so we can verify this from the here quantity. You see the total quantity here is 311. Okay, now the second part is price. Okay, so we will again do a dsum. We will choose the database, and then we will choose the price, and sorry, I think I have chosen the wrong one. We'll have to choose the price here. Let me do it once more. Sum is asking for the database, so the database comes here. Then we have to choose the price, comma, and choose these four cells again, item, company, and these two blank cells. Okay, so you see the total price is coming to total price, or the total amount that has been sold is 302700. Let's check 302700. So our calculation here is correct. Now the amount total is the same thing basically. Okay, so we will do here another dsum. Database will remain the same. Now we will choose amount here, and again we will choose this four cells. Okay, so just give me a moment here, something went wrong. Dsum. We will choose the amount, and okay, so 5079,100. So 5079,100, that is the total amount. Okay, we can do the average sales also here, equal to, for average we don't have to do a dsum. We'll be doing a daverage. Daverage will be based on again the amount. Okay, average amount. So we'll choose the database here, company, we will choose the amount, and we will choose these two cells here. So the average sales is coming to 338,606.77. okay, so this is basically this divided by average sale is this much. Okay, just let me have a look at this. This divided 160 So the average for here is 338,606.76. 338,606.76. So our calculation here is correct. Okay. Okay, now the count here is it's a simple thing because we have three companies working out here. So we will do a VLOOKUP. Sorry, my bad. Will be again do a Dcount. Dcount. Choose the database, comma, and we will choose the, let's see, the quantity. Okay, quantity, and count is 15. Okay, so what does this count signifies? Basically this signifies the total the number of item numbers that we have here. You can see that it's 15 here. You see this count, total number of items is 15. Okay, so the Dcount just returns the count of items or the count of row numbers that we have. Now we need the max and the min, so we will use Dmax. We'll choose the database here. Again we will go into quantity here because this is the maximum number of quantity sold and the minimum number of quantity sold that we require. Okay, so max quantity sold is 40. Now let's just go ahead and check if the maximum here is 40 or not. 311 I think is the total. Yes, so the maximum amount is 40. So we can do this by filtering also, but then filtering is again a tedious job, and we will choose the minimum, Dmin. We'll choose the database, comma, we'll go back to the quantity here and we will choose this these 4 cells. So minimum is 5. Okay, so let's check out if we have the minimum as 5 or not for this part of the database. Minimum of quantity is 5. Yeah, so we are correct in our calculations. Okay, so this is how we got about how we are using the database function. Now how does this help us? See, we haven't chosen any item or any company yet. Okay, this is the total amount of quantity sold, the total price that the database is reflecting, the total amount of sales and the average amount of sales, the count of items sold, not the sum of items sold, is the count of items sold. The sum of items sold is here. Maximum of any particular item is 40. Minimum of any particular item is 5 here, or rather if you say the maximum for the entire database is 40 and the minimum quantity is 5. Okay, now using this, that's why I kept this blank option here in the data validation. Now we can choose laptop here, and we can, once we choose laptop, we can see that there has been 50 quantities of laptops sold at a price of 1,35,000, and total amount is coming to 215,5000. Average is 71,833.3. Count is 3, that means 3. There are 3 companies which are selling laptops here. Okay, Dell, HP and Lenovo. Max count is 29 and min is 10. Okay, and we can obviously go ahead and choose Dell. Now let's see how much. So this will give you an idea of Dell selling laptops. Okay, so how many laptops have been sold by Dell? Dell has sold 10 laptops. It's clear from the first row itself, at a price of 50,000 each, and the total amount is coming to 5 lakhs here. You see laptop Dell quantity is 10, price is 5,000, amount is 5 lakhs. Average will obviously become 5 lakhs. And there has been only one company which is selling. Since we have chosen Dell, the count is coming as Dell. Now what is the maximum sold here? 10 quantity. And what is the minimum? 10, because Dell is only selling, if you choose Dell and laptop, you can see there is only 10 pieces of laptop being sold by Dell. Okay, this way we can go ahead and change the formula here, or from the drop down we can choose desktop. So Dell has sold total of 12 quantity of desktops, price of 42,000 each. Okay, and count is, there's been only one seller here. Okay, so these averages arrived actually from the just give me a moment here. This average which we are getting here, D average, is basically if you do it this way, this is the price and this is the total amount. Now since 504,000, that is 5,04,000, and the count is 1, so it's dividing 5,04,000 divided by 1. Okay, and it is not dividing it by 12. Okay, so we can similarly choose how many desktop HP has sold. HP has sold 14 quantities at a price of 38,000 each. Max min remains the same here. We can choose Lenovo and see what the results comes to. This is what Lenovo has done. Okay, so let's go back to Dell and see what else Dell has sold here. Okay, let's say keyboards. Now Dell has sold 20 quantity of keyboard as per our database at a price of 1,500 each. 30,000 is the total. Average is 30,000. Count 1, and the maximum number sold is 20, minimum number sold is 20. Let's verify it. Dell keyboard, see, you see 20 here. Okay, and this average that we are getting here, okay, sorry, we have to remove the filters first. See here, the average is, there is only one item here. The average will become only 3,000. Okay, so let's see if the D average is pulling up the correct amount. Yes, it's pulling up 30,000. Okay, so we can go ahead and choose mouse sold by Dell. Okay, mouse sold by Lenovo, mouse sold by HP. Okay, and if you don't want this thing, we can see the total number of mouses here. Total number of mouse sold is 66 at a price of 1500. Total amount is coming to 33,000, and this 11,000 average is 33,000 divided by count of cells. Okay, 3. Maximum is 25 pieces of mouse sold, minimum is 16. So let's go ahead and check mouse here. I'll put in a filter here. I will choose mouse. So you see 25 is the max, and 20 and 16 is the min, and 25 max, 16 min, 25 max and 16 min. Okay. Now if we remove this and choose the blank cell, this is the total cells that we are getting here. Okay, and so this corresponds to the database total quantity sold, that is 311. This is the total price. Okay, 302700, and total amount 5079100. There are other database functions also, which we'll come to later on. There is a dproduct function which is very useful for database as a database function, and I will soon come out with a video regarding that. If you have liked this video, please do subscribe to my channel and press on the like icon, okay, so that I can get some subscription. Okay, and thank you very much for watching this video. Have a great day ahead. Thanks again. Bye. Have a great day.